The demonic cult leader is my wife. Nether Crow said, you being here means your master must have entered this place. Guchil said, Nether Crow, you. Nether Crow said, so is our target here as well. As the poison spread across her face, she transformed and said, if things go well, I can accomplish both my revenge and my mission. I joined this organization because it offered the best chance for revenge. Guchil, sweating in baldness, said, what is with your appearance? Nether Crow towered over Guchil and said, this is the power of God. We call it awakening. Guchil said, can you return to normal? Nether Crow said, no. I am not a suitable vessel, she cried as she added, I wanted to use this strength on that rascal. Guchil said, as a former comrade, I will be the one to take your life. He charged toward Nether Crow. She suddenly smiled, whipped her tail and said, can you even? She struck Guchil midair and he spat blood. Nether Crow smiled and said, dead already. If a normal assassin like me is already this strong, what happens when those martial masters at the extreme demon realm appear? Suddenly, Guchil was behind her. He said, that was the illusory demonic tri-shadow steps. Nether Crow looked back and said, a clone? She attacked and said, even so, nothing changes. She said again, another clone. Guchil said, I told you, it is the illusory demonic tri-shadow steps. He fell from above as Nether Crow was shocked. Guchil's eyes and head shone as he prepared to stab her. He struck Nether Crow. She screamed in pain, Kya! Her tentacle fell to the ground. Guchil said to himself, darn it, I wanted to cut her head cleanly without pain. Still, taking one arm is not bad, Nether Crow said. Your sword energy is indeed flawless. As Guchil held his wound, he suddenly looked back. Nether Crow said, I told you, did I not? This is the power of God. She attacked relentlessly. Guchil said in pain, Urgh. As he blocked, he thought, I will die at this rate. Nether Crow struck the wall, sending stones flying. She said, just hand over your head quietly. Guchil thought, if I want to live, I have no choice but to risk my life. Suddenly, Jin Yomyung said, Guchil, annoyed. Guchil said, what? Jin Yomyung shot forward instantly. Guchil, confused, said, Nether Crow's head flew away. Guchil stared, confused, and said, huh? Jin Yomyung stood silently, looking back at him. Guchil said, confused, young master? In another scene, Gold Ghost Lord Jeomjuksan said to himself, how can this be? The elites of the unorthodox tyrant heavens, the Yacha Heavenly Corps, were one-sidedly slaughtered. The 10 great public enemies of the Murim, the greatest lecher under the heavens, said, interesting. Hurry, show me more. I need to kill you all quickly and return to my beautiful self. This form violates my aesthetic. I cannot believe I am a crustacean. Gold Ghost Lord Jeomjuksan said, E-enhanced energy does not work? That is impossible. He thought to himself, wait, a crustacean-like body means... He said, there should be gaps, aim for the joints. The greatest lecher under the heavens said, even if you know, it will not change anything. You will lose your head before you reach me. A crimson cloud erupted from him, and his joints smoked. Jeomjuksan's men said, retreat. Touching her energy drains all of your inner energy. The greatest lecher under the heavens said, I am not one of the 10 heavenly lords for no reason. Even if I am the lowest of the 10 seats, thousands of you Central Plains insects cannot defeat me as I am now. Chin Yura said, that is quite the tough act you are pulling. The greatest lecher turned and said in confusion, oh, so this is the arrangement of the heavenly mystic maidens. Cheon Yura, Sa Bion, and Baek Sangha arrived. The greatest lecher under the heavens said, the 3 beauties who would put the Tang clan's poison phoenix to shame appearing out of nowhere. Why would such elegant ladies come to this shabby place? Baek Sangha, Cheon Yura, and Sa Bion were all stunned. He winked and said, it is dangerous here. Please stay back. I will be right there. Sa Bion said, ugh. Baek Sangha looked away and said, ha. The greatest lecher thought, what? Their reaction makes no sense considering my beauty. Ah, oh my, I forgot my current appearance. My mistake. Please wait, I will clear up the misunderstanding. Cheon Yura said, no need. You will die soon, anyway. The greatest lecher licked his pincers and said, ah, so you wish to throw yourself into my arms even sooner. How indecent you are behind that appearance. As Han Muyon suddenly said, young cult leader. He rushed out quickly and said, young cult leader, you came to see me. Cheon Yura said, I have never met an insect like you before. Han Muyon said, I am the second phantom, Han Muyon, the one who wished to prove himself before you. Cheon Yura said, Ah, you were the piece of sugar who dared to mention becoming a demonic faction lord. Gold Ghost Lord Jiam Juksan thought to himself, the young cult leader? As expected, she is the female warrior I saw back then. The 10 great public enemies of the Murim, the greatest lecher under the heavens, felt his heart race and thought, the demonic cult's young leader is exactly my type. Han Muyon said, Heavenly Lord, please give me the chance. The greatest lecher under the heavens looked at him and said, You? Why should I? Han Muyon said, If you get involved personally, that woman could be seriously injured. So allow me to subdue her safely and present her to you. The greatest lecher under the heavens said, Well, if that flawless body were damaged, it would tear my heart apart. Fine, shall we do that then? Han Muyon smirked and said, Hey, thank you. Baek Sangha said, You turn into a strange mess the moment I take my eyes off you for a moment. Han Muyon said, You are. Baek Sangha said, Southern Lotus Sword Flower, Baek Sangha? They say humans go through 5 stages when faced with misfortune, denial, anger, bargaining, despair, and acceptance. Right now, I am in the anger stage. Han Muyon said, What are you even talking about? Anyway, I need to fight the young cult leader. Baek Sangha said, Be quiet. She suddenly charged at Han Muyon. Han Muyon said, Wait, demonic energy? Baek Sangha said, I ended up like this, and you played a big role in it, so just die. Guchil said, Ye young master? How did you? You have changed so much. Jin Yomyong said, What do you mean, how? Is this monster the old comrade you said you wanted to save? Guchil said, That is right. Jin Yomyong said, Even slicing her neck does not kill her. What monstrous strength. At this point, calling her human is a stretch. Guchil said, Then what now? Nether Crow said, Grr, I will kill Cheon, Jumyong. I will kill you. Jin Yomyong said, Was not the Royal Demon Phantom Assassin Corps massacred by the Nether King Squad? Guchil said, In truth, the one who led that order was Cheon Jumyong. That is why Cheon Jumyong is the Nether Crow's greatest enemy. Nether Crow said, Cheon, Jumyong. Jin Yomyong thought to himself, the demonic gentleman, Cheon Jumyong. He participated in founding the Heavenly Intelligence Pavilion under the orders of Cheon Taejong. Later, during the era of Cheon Yura, he held immense authority. To put it simply, if he intends to change the future, this is someone he must remove. Jin Yomyong said, Guchil, who am I? Guchil said, You are the honored young master of the Jin clan, Jin Yomyong. Jin Yomyong thrust the sacred relic of the Orthodox Alliance, the Jade Celestial Divine Sword, with a stab. He said, That is right, I am Jin Yomyong. Guchil was shocked. Jin Yomyong said, Before I face the Heavenly Lord, you will be a fine study specimen. Nether Crow screamed in pain. Grah! She whipped her tentacles wildly. Ah! Jin Yomyong said, Stay still. I might even help you get revenge. Nether Crow froze in shock and confusion. Moments later, the poison vanished from her face. As Nether Crow collapsed, Guchil tore off his robe and ran toward her. Jin Yomyong thought, It really works. Guchil said, She's alive. He cried and said, Thank you, young master. Thank you so much. Jin Yomyong said, No need to thank me. If she does not spill information, I will simply have to torture her. If she is smart, she will understand where she should align herself. For now, take her and stay within Haidong. Guchil said, No, I cannot. How could a servant leave his master? Jin Yomyong said, Do as I say. In your current condition, do you think you can fight properly? Guchil trembled and said, Sorry. Jin Yomyong said, Prisoner management is also an important duty. Go. And if you get bored, try persuading her before my interrogation begins. In another scene, Wang Shangzhou flew toward the wall. The yin-yang fist demon said, Wahahaha! How is it, Wang Shangzhou? This absolute power, no extreme demon martial master can defeat me now, Wang Shangzhou said. Huff, huff. But that does not mean you are without weaknesses. The stronger you became, the clearer certain flaws appeared. The yin-yang fist demon said, What? Wang Shangzhou said, Your senses and their precision have dropped from what they once were. And your amplified strength is gradually weakening. I am still at a disadvantage, but if I drag this out, something will eventually work out. Moreover, there are clearly limits to your transformation. Otherwise, you people would have already unified the martial world, the yin-yang fist demon thought silently. Then he shouted, Be quiet! Wang Shangzhou said, Phantom shift. The yin-yang fist demon said, You speak of weaknesses? He attacked. Wang Chonzhou evaded, he thought. As expected, in terms of pure speed, I am superior. It is difficult to block, but if I keep dodging and dragging it out. But the attack pursued him. Wang Chonzhou was shocked and confused. He was struck. Gah. He crashed into the wall and said in pain, "Kuh!" And he screamed without voice. The yin-yang fist demon said, "Your reputation as the Crimson Battle Demon is well deserved, so I will make this offer once. Join us, right, Guardian Wang Chonzhou?" Wang Chonzhou's arms trembled in pain. The yin-yang fist demon continued, "If you do, you will keep your life and enjoy this absolute power alongside us." Wang Chonzhou said, "That is enough, Seventh Elder." Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.